Hey, what's up, everybody? This is indeed the E-Man Channel. Like been listening like Bob Dylan, keeping on up with some double stuff. Oreos. Just a few months ago, had an amazing roundtable with some incredible people, and we're back, to talk about again the thing that we love the most, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I'm honored to have these guests back on the show, starting all the way from the Lioness Den on the West Coast, because they say West Side is the best side, right? She's an influencer. She's a gamer. She's amazing. Queen G is in the house. What's up, Queen G?
What's up? Thank you again so much for having me back. I love these conversations about TMNT, so I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Next person up, we got a recent NYU grad. He is one half of Elite Retro Agency. Welcome back, my boy, Exile, to the show. What's up, Exile?
What's up, brother? Appreciate you for being here, man. Thank you for calling me back, man. I have a lot of fun with these, bro. So yes, definitely looking forward to it.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming back. I like the Killmonger thing you got happening. Awesome. Look, all right. Next up, we got a dad, an amazing artist. He has a production company called T-Time Productions. Welcome back to the show, Mr. Cowabunga Mike. What's up, Cowabunga Mike?
Hey, man, thanks for having me again. But like everybody's got these great intros, and I'm just like, oh, and Shane. So here I am, and Shane.
Oh, it's awesome, man. And your beard is fluffy.
Thank you.
It's permed very well.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to do some updates from the last interview, guys. Queen G, you've been on some adventures. Like you recently went to RetroCon and you met all four of the original voices of the Ninja Turtles '87 show. And can you tell me what that experience was like?
It was everything that I had hoped for. Those guys were just they were just so down to earth, you know, so cool and very friendly and very welcoming. It was really nice to get a chance to talk to them, and of course to hear them talk to me in their turtle voices. Yeah, it was a great experience. I'm really glad that I went. Meeting the four of them was definitely a bucket list of mine, so I'm happy to check that off.
Yes. Awesome. Like you met Rob, which is like who's one of my favorites, because like I said before, I listened to his book twice, his audio book twice, and that's pretty cool that you got to meet all four of them, and they were nice people.
He was kind of like the diva, right? Out of the four of them, like, because we got there early. We got there right, well, not right when it opened, but close enough so that we didn't really have to get in line to go talk to these guys. And Rob wasn't there. Rob was not at his booth. You know, he was out chilling, talking, walking around, right? And, you know, we're just like, really? Because by the time we finished, all of a sudden there was like a 45-minute line out the door, right? And so we didn't have I couldn't leave without getting Rob's signature and talking to him. So once the diva got back to his booth, then we got in line, and one of his people remembered seeing us earlier. So they ended up bringing us back to the front of the line to hang out with Robin. He was just so very kind. It was awesome. And I had him talking his 2012 Donatello voice, not the 87 Raphael. So it was a good day for me. 2 Donatellos.
Nice. Because all four of them knew who you were, right?
They did, and that was crazy. You know, for these people that like a huge part of my childhood, for them to be like, oh my God, it's Queen G. And I'm just like, wait, what? Like, I don't know. It was really exciting. They all follow me and they know me from Instagram, but I just didn't think I don't know. My face is adorable, so I guess it's hard to forget, but I just never expected that they would just be so kind. It was really great experience.
Fantastic. And Exile, congratulations to you. Your platform, ERA just celebrated a second birthday. How does it feel? How does it feel? Oh.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we first started ERA just because we wanted to kind of show our love for retro gaming, and just kind of like do something for fun, and like you said, it was 2 years ago, and we're still kind of running strong even now. I guess we just got, I'm not sure if it happens at your 2 year mark or whatever, but Instagram just sent us, this thing where we can, I guess, monetize our reels.
Nice.
So that's fun.
Heck yeah, congrats.
Thank you. So, I mean, that's
Awesome.
fun, and I'm trying to like build a YouTube channel with it too. So, I mean, hey, it's rolling. You know what I'm saying? It's rolling.
Yeah. This is the way we roll. We roll. And Cowabunga Mike, recently you got your wisdom tooth pulled out, right? Now, I really don't know. What's been going on with you, Mike?
Nothing much. Getting geared up for the holidays, getting really geared up for this. Something I'd like to share. Growing up, I have every single one of my turtle toys. I have a whole trunk. It's right over there. I'm not gonna go through the trouble of pulling it out, but I always told myself, I took it everywhere I went. I don't know if I've mentioned this in the last show, but it's just one of my things. Like, no, the first thing in the fire, I grab my turtle stuff. It's all in a trunk on wheels, and I just tote it out. The vehicles and stuff are in storage, but I do have, my initial turtles. And I always told myself if I ever had a child, it would go to him. So just about a few weeks ago, I cracked it open, and he got to, have his own hands-on experience with, the original 90 or 89 figures that came out, because I had the original 4. He had a Casey Jones. He's just analyzing this stuff, and it just brings me joy, total joy, just to watch him do it and play with him. So that's my thing to share. One generation, passing on what he loves to another generation. So it warms my heart.
That's great, man. Like I never, what's funny? I never got any of the original toys. I think I had one turtle out of the bunch, and that's about it. But that's good that you're able to pass that stuff on to your son. It's like that meme with that Mortal Kombat meme. It has begun.
Oh, I mean, yeah. He had an inflatable Ralph that he loved. It was this inflatable Ralph. It was almost designed like a pop punk figure. But he finally destroyed it because he would wrestle with it so much. But he's definitely, I'm grooming him. I'm grooming him.
That sounds better than our stuff. Oh, sorry.
No.
You're good.
I mean, interject all you want. I always thought that the Splinter, the original Splinter, looked really funny. Like they didn't take enough time to, you know what I'm saying? It looked really odd.
Yo, why couldn't anybody find a shirt for Shredder? Like anytime I ever saw a Shredder like figure, he never had a shirt on ever. And I'm like, isn't he supposed to have armor? Like trying to.
And he was always, I wish. He's always in that he's in that zombie
like
pose,
the mantis pose, like the thriller pose.
Like his he puts this weird arch in his back where he's like, talk to the hand, and I've got this. And it's an interesting pose. And then going with Splinter too. Splinter, like the body was right, but they took an actual. He was too. The eyes are too dead. They were black, and he looked like just a rat. There was no character to it at all. It was Splinter. I kudos for you if you could hold on to the little Komodo he had. Because every Splinter I saw, afterwards, it wasn't until I got older and I acquired another one that I was like, oh no, you got to keep the Komodo on him. But every time I would see him, you'd always see Shredders without their capes. When your friends had them, no one ever kept the little shields, the little custom shields for that character, or the guns, or good luck to that. But
so Shredder is he's supposed to be what, 6'5" or 6'6", something crazy, and the turtles are almost about 5 feet tall. So they had to scrunch him so that they could save money on materials to make him by making him still tall, but not too tall for the other toys. So I don't know how much more that would have cost him to make him taller, but I guess with packaging and all that kind of stuff, it would have been a little bit expensive since they weren't sure where it was going to go with that. But I always find that was interesting, and why he was shirtless. I don't know, maybe for sex appeal.
I always thought he looked like Funky Kong, like he's about to bust around, like he was always in this pose like this. You know what I mean? That explains. He had me hunched over, like, let's give him like this hip hop stance. That works. That works.
It was very hip hopish though. Yeah. I almost forgot because usually at the beginning of each of my interviews I do a moment of silence, and recently, pretty recently we lost two people. Jason David Frank, who played the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, and Christy Alley from Cheers. So I wanted to give a moment of silence for those people who are fast. Thank you. Just real quick, just want to know, what are your thoughts about Jason David Frank? Starting off with Queen.
I'm not a good one to start with. Obviously, it's a huge loss for the Power Ranger community. And it's just, a tough to hear people, are struggling, with that type of mental illness. I was not a huge Power Ranger fan. So it didn't affect me like it's affecting a lot of people. I know a lot of people are hurting. I watched Power Rangers after school and stuff with my brother, but it just wasn't like my thing. And my Power Ranger go-to was actually Zach, because he was the only Power Ranger that I could like relate to, because he was black. Right. And he was the Black Ranger.
If it's not obvious.
Obvious. There are female Power Rangers, but it's just a different vibe. So it's sad and it sucks. And just prayers for his family and anyone that else is going through a tough time. I hope they can get help.
Absolutely. Exile, what are your thoughts?
Well, I wasn't that much of a Power Rangers fan either, but I will say I was a Jason David Frank fan. Because while I did watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I think I stopped watching Power Rangers around Turbo. But I don't know, like Jason David Frank like really breathed life into the Power Rangers franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like he's such an iconic character, just him being him. You know what I'm saying? Like for fun, sometimes I would go around and be like, see y'all, see y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Like everybody knows what that's from. And it's, you know what I mean? He just kind of had his own energy, man. He reminds me of The Rock in a way. But just kind of in his own space. Like he's like the Dwayne Johnson, the Power Ranger franchise. You know what I mean? And he somehow like transcended the franchise itself and kind of had his own brand as Jason David Frank, and I have to say, like, his journey is inspirational. You know what I mean? He had like a dream to, use his martial arts, be a Power Ranger, and he was like the Power Ranger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like he was
5 different Power Rangers.
It's like he was very enthusiastic about the franchise, about his characters and things like that. And he just kind of exuded this, I guess this sense of, this sense of hard work and basically it paying off. It was really weird, man. Cause I love the episode that he was in, bro. Like I love it when like the Green Ranger coming in and doing all that stuff. And he played this role so well, and like watching the Rangers get thrown out of the Megazord and then just like getting this green energy ball thrown. Man, he was doing some stuff to the people, boy. And I don't know, dog. It was just this energy that he carried with him. You know what I mean? It was just this energy he carried with him, man. And it's really inspirational. And it's kind of really sad to see him not here anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. There could be another. There could never be another Jason David Frank. You know, and it's really sad to know that he's not here anymore, man.
Yeah, Cowabunga Mike.
Yeah, I watched Power Rangers in the early years. I remember him coming in as the Green Ranger. I remember him being the White Ranger. It's funny because like I think Power Rangers was probably it went like a jump from Turtles, but it was a supplement because I couldn't always find Turtles on some of the networks that I had cable on in my city. So you always knew that Power Rangers was part of the after school lineup, so it was the closest thing to some kind of martial arts, So that's when I watched. And my brother actually because he didn't like Turtles as much. It wasn't his thing. It more stuck with me, but it was his thing, and he kind of sold me on it. So I watched some of the early stuff. Never had any toys. I remember that first movie, and I remember Jason's performances. Out of all the leaders, when you're wanting to play Power Rangers, everybody wanted to be the White Ranger or the Green Ranger or whatever. I at least was knowledgeable. No, I want to be the leader. Because when you're young, but no, he definitely had a cool appeal too. And speaking of, that first movie, Ivan Ooze, that actor, I don't know who he is. I don't know what else he's done, but man, that guy, he went hard. He didn't have to go that hard for that role, but if you go back and watch this, like, man, he gave it his all. That's the standout from that movie is Ivan Ooze to me. He was a character.
I think his name is Paul Freeman, right?
Sure. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm sure if only there was a way we could look that up. I'm sure. But yeah, no. And I remember, throughout the years after I outgrew, that kind of stuff, I realized he stuck with the Power Rangers, and I saw that he had, he was still involved. I want to say I've heard a story, and I haven't really fact checked it myself, but do you remember that Bloodshot movie that came out with Vin Diesel during the pandemic? Yeah. Okay, so from what I understand, that was Jason's almost like his love child role. Like he really wanted, that was his thing. And from what I understand, Vin Diesel came in and took that from him, took that franchise from him. That was supposed to be some big thing for him. I don't know if there's any truth to that story, but it was a comic character that because I think it's based on a comic, right?
Yeah, it is. And
okay,
he actually did his own version of that.
Okay.
But I don't think it ever saw the light of day.
Gotcha.
That's how it happens sometimes. But rest in peace to him, man. Real quick, some current events that just recently happened. It's so funny how much can change within the next, within a month since the last time we talked. And just want to get on real quick. The 3 trailers that dropped on December 1st, Indy 5, Guardians 3, and the new Super Mario Brothers trailer. And I wanted to know if you've seen all 3 of those, which one was your favorite trailer? Starting with Queen.
Super Mario. period. Super Mario. That looks amazing. I'm gonna start yelling because I'm very excited for this movie to drop. There are so many goose eggs in this movie with the music, the soundtrack, to the worlds that they're in. I mean, it is just, I was a little bit irritated that I had to wait till April, but seeing these trailers and how much thought that they put into this, I think it's definitely going to be worth the wait. So I'm only really looking forward to seeing this and the Ninja Turtles. The other 2 look good. They look great, but I am ecstatic. The kid in me and the adult in me just cannot wait for this movie to come out.
Oh yeah. I can't wait myself. What about you, Exile?
So with 3 you said was Indiana 5?
Indiana Jones 5, Guardians 3, and the Mario Brothers trailer. All of them dropped on the December 1st. Did you ever see any of them? Or
So I saw all of the Mario trailer, even the newer one that they released, and
Okay.
I watched some of the other two movie trailers, but I didn't finish because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm kind of sick of watching trailers, man. Like I think trailers like ruin movies, yo. Like I'm just kind of tired of it, honestly. I think there's a third trailer for Mario Brothers, isn't it? It's
No,
like
there's only
a
two.
third one. It's only two.
It's a scene that they
Right, a scene they released.
last night at the Game Awards. And all it is they're on their way to the princess's castle, and it's just
Yeah, the toads are like collecting coins and stuff.
it's just them traveling, through platforming to the Peach's castle.
Okay.
I mean, that's the
You
best way
need
I can
to see
describe
it.
it. Yeah,
Go
eye
watch
candy.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good
it's-
eye candy. It really, I mean, it gives you everything you would want. And honestly, like, do you think they're going to release a game in this movie too?
Yes.
Do you think
I
there's a
mean-
secret? We haven't had a Mario game in what, 7 years? It's been a minute, and I really feel like they're making some masterpiece Mario game to coincide with this.
That
They
would be
have to.
amazing. That would be amazing because I think was it the Game Master? There was a movie where they released where they revealed Mario Brothers 3 for the first time in a movie.
Oh, you talking about the Wizard?
The Wizard.
Yeah,
You
the
know what I'm
Wizard.
saying?
Yeah,
If they
I love that movie.
basically kind of redid that, not the Wizard itself. I mean, like that same trope,
Right.
where something is released in a movie. If they did that again, I mean,
Oh yeah. Take my money.
yeah, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It is a wrap.
it's
Yes.
the best way to describe this too is like how video games never usually make good movie adaptations, and this one is gonna be great. So that's in the bag, but it's just like then you have the vice versa where it's like where they make some blockbuster movie and they're like, oh, they don't do it anymore so much, but you remember when they used to have video game adaptations of a movie that dropped, like the Matrix Reloaded game, and
Yeah.
they had the Van Helsing game that came along with Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing movie. It played like Devil May. They was always horrible. With this, it's
Yes,
kind of
they
like,
were.
oh no, you got money in the bank both ways. It's like you
Back
can't.
to the
But
Future.
these guys make video games.
Oh
they
yeah,
make
this is
Mario
Nintendo,
games.
right?
And then, like I said, whoever makes the movie, it's
You know what? You know what game was actually better than the movie was Terminator Salvation. I don't know if you've ever seen that film or played the arcade game.
Seen the film,
Wolverine
never played the
Origins, the game. I love that game.
What
What's
is
it called?
The Wolverine Origins game, or which one are you talking about? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about Terminator Salvation. Terminator Salvation. Like the movie is horrible, but the game is really, really good. It's just just an instance where the game is better than the movie. Sorry.
In that,
Some of
yeah, I'm
those-
gonna have to check that out.
Some of
No,
those
it's
early Nintendo games, like with like Dick Tracy and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Back to the Future, horrible. I mean,
Oh my
Of
God.
course,
Back to the
of course
Future
there's-
is so bad.
Of course,
God,
there's always
Which
E.T.
one?
God.
Both of them games were horrible. Both of them.
So
It just kept getting worse.
God.
God.
But I just played. It was I just played Demolition Man on Sega Genesis.
I like that game.
It is a good game.
I remember that game.
I wanted to ask also real quick before we hop into Turtles, like Bullet Train, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and Emily the Criminal all dropped on Netflix. Okay, so I'm excited about them. I can't wait to see them. And have you seen any of those yet? Also, Wednesday's getting a lot of hype. I seen Wednesday. I loved Wednesday. I want to know your thoughts on all of that real quick. I mean, when yes.
I haven't seen any of the ones that you just started talking about. But I have the ones that you said are just now dropped on Netflix. But I have been watching Wednesday, and it wasn't because of the hype. I didn't hear the hype until after I started watching it, and I was nervous, because I'm an Addams Family fan. I just didn't know how well they would be able to portray Wednesday, and I think she is doing a fantastic job. I love the story. It's just the right amount of gore for me, right? Or it's like it's nasty, but it's not like too much. The only thing that I'm bothered, and I haven't finished yet, but the only thing that bothers me is I think Catherine Zeta-Jones is perfect in her role.
I know what you're about to say.
Okay, what the hell? What's his name?
Luis Guzman.
Yes, now he is a fantastic actor. I love him. He's a good actor. I'm a fan of his work, but it's Gomez, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Gomez is like this tall, handsome, charming, seducing type of man. And then they put his ass in the role, and he's just like, he's nothing like that. Like he's nothing. So obviously they voted that that's the type of character that they wanted, and it was approved. But I'm having a really hard time getting past that because it's different seeing him, in that role. It's not sexy at all. But I love the show. I'm loving the show, though. That's
Jenny
it.
Ortega
I think
is
that's
amazing.
a small complaint. Yes, I adore it. It's great.
She is amazing.
Give me another. Give me a sexier Gomez. Damn, there's so many options. That's all. I'm done ranting.
I agree. Like, but I'll say I don't know how far along you are into it, but by the fourth episode, I kind of become more convinced with him being Gomez, because I know Luis Guzman from this movie called Waiting, which is one of my favorite movies with Ryan Reynolds and Justin Long.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, he played Rodimus, and I love him in that role. But yeah, I agree. I thought that was a really weird casting at first, but by the fourth episode, I think I started to become a little more convinced. I'm about to call you Onyx. My bad. Exile. What are your thoughts on
Took
this?
it back,
on
boy. On Wednesday? No, I haven't seen Wednesday. I haven't watched Wednesday at all, period. You mentioned some other things. I'm going to say this. Anything Guillermo del Toro touches, I'm down. Whatever he does, I'm with it. Every single piece of work I've seen Guillermo del Toro do has been amazing. You know what I'm saying? Shape of Water, it's a fantastic movie.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Just recently, he has and I'm gonna mess it up. What is he on Netflix? What is the series?
Cabinet of Curiosities.
Cabinet of Curiosities.
Yeah,
those are good. Those is an anthology that's basically kind of like centered in horror or a thriller. No, it's horror. No, they're good. They're good. So anything you said Del Toro was on, bro. Yeah, I'm already saying that it's already like good. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's just how I feel.
I love Pan's Labyrinth. That's like one of my favorite films of his. Right. What about you, Cowabunga Mike?
So I have input on Wednesday, but what were the other shows you had mentioned?
Bullet Train, the movie with Brad Pitt that just dropped on Netflix. Pinocchio by Guillermo del Toro, and Emily the Criminal, which stars Aubrey Plaza and Theo Razzi. I think I'm saying his last name right. I only know about that movie because I recently listened to a podcast from Michael Rosenbaum, and Theo was a guest, and he was talking so highly of. Yeah, he was talking so highly of Aubrey Plaza's performance in that movie, and I love Aubrey Plaza from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which is like one of the best movies ever. I don't care what anybody says. But yes. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so real quick on Wednesday, I'm 3 episodes into Wednesday, I believe. I'm liking it. I like how Tim Burton is, or they're putting his fingerprints all over it. You see all the those nods. Those outfits they wear. That's totally a Beetlejuice nod. It's just off color, but it's like, oh yeah, those are the same pinstripe. Oh yeah. This is, to me, this show is probably not his swan song, but it's like it's a culmination of his life's work. He's putting, because it's a show. The fact that he's directed all this. It's. Usually when they have that special guest director, because I think Kevin Smith talks about this when he directed an episode of The Flash, how, you're just kind of there. They've already got it mapped out. He's just,
Yeah.
But the fact that Tim Burton's, fully, doing his thing. I mean, it's is, I like it. But as far as Gomez though, here's what I'll say about that, and I'm in no way disagreeing. That actor, he's after, and again, waiting. He's easy looking. He's a sticky man. That's the best way to put it. He's just, but no, I respect that actor. But the thing is, isn't if you take out Rod Julia before he did his role, and if you look up Gomez Adams, because it wasn't based on a comic strip before even the black and white show.
Mm-hmm.
So wasn't he kind of a short, pudgy guy with that mustache in the part? He wasn't Rod Julia, I think, made him. So I mean, I think they were going with his original. Because even when you saw the Addams Family guest starred on what is it, Scooby-Doo or the Flintstones or something like that, he would always be the short, pudgy version with the with the gap teeth and the So I think that's what they were going for in whoever's defense of who casted him. So I don't know why I'm playing advocate for it, but I get it. But I get what you're saying too. Rod Julia, he they both sell that they love each other, but it's more appealing to watch Rajul and Angelica Houston when they had their on screen back and forth. Now I saw Bullet Train actually before it came to Netflix. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Liked it.
I actually saw Bullet Train too. I'm thinking about it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. No, I was gonna say even before Raul Julia played Gomez, it was John Aston who did it on the TV show.
I just learned that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the things TikTok teaches you at my age.
The people want a sexy Gomez. That's what they want.
Yeah. What are you about to say, Onyx? Oh shoot. What are you about to say, Exile? Sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry about it, man.
Boys,
That's not a problem. Sheesh, man. I kind of forgot what I was going to say. Oh no, I did see Bullet Train. That's right.
Yes.
That Brad Pitt movie. And I kind of forgot I saw it, to be completely honest with you. But when you start talking about it, because it's that movie where he's on a train and I guess he's trying to find a suitcase, and there are people that's trying to. Yeah, okay, that's it. All right, yeah. So I did see the movie, and it almost reminds me of another movie, and I can't put my finger on what movie it is. But I promise I've already seen it before in a way, like there's movies that happen on a train and it's like who is, what I'm saying? What is the name of the movie that I know
you're talking about. Last Train to, and it begins with a B. It's like
Busan. Last Train to Busan? No, not that film. No, that's a zombie movie. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There I can't think of the name of the film, but
if I had to categorize Bullet Train, I would put it in a genre of movies like Hotel Artemis. You ever saw that one with Jodie Foster? She's running the hotel for all the crane. It's just it's got a lot of colorful characters in it, and to me that and they've created this, I don't know, maybe they did more of a world building with that because you believe whatever criminal organization had this membership to this hotel for the but the characters, they were very colorful characters, and there wasn't a single wasted person in Bullet Train that I felt was bad casting. They were all very colorful characters, especially what's Aaron Taylor Johnson, right? Isn't he in that movie? Yeah. I really enjoyed his performance. And it's also one of those movies, again, I couldn't really say much because there's a lot of little secrets in that movie that you don't want to spoil too much, because there are little bits, because it's kind of keep your eye on certain things, what's going on, especially with the briefcase and stuff. But and then also trying to piece together who's who in this big puzzle of characters too, But I liked it in that sense.
Right on. Because when I saw the trailer, immediately my thoughts were, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I thought, okay, Kill Bill. I thought of the movie Go, but I always thought of that Lock, Stock, and Barrels.
Oh, Guy Ritchie films.
Guy Ritchie films, yeah. So those are my immediate thoughts, but I haven't seen the movie, but I heard nothing but good things. Turtles. We didn't talk about Secret of the Ooze last time. We kind of dabbled, but we didn't really get into it. I wanted to talk about it. It was a $25 million budget. It made $78 million at the box office. It starred Kevin Clash, Paige Turo, and Ernie Reyes Jr. Jim Henson actually died a year before the movie was actually released, so that's why at the very beginning you see that tribute to him. I had it on VHS, okay, and what I would do is, the part at the very beginning where everybody's eating pizza.
Yeah.
So whenever I would have pizza, I would eat the pizza right at the time they were eating pizza, kind of like an interaction thing happening. And then in every part of the movie where I think there's a part where they're eating pizza when they're trying to figure out the formula or whatever, then I will start eating pizza too. I was a weird kid, but
you wanted to be involved in the experience. That's all.
Yeah. Right.
Kids do a lot more weird
theaters designed for that very thing. If you wanted to be immersive, man, hey man, you do you. That's cool. That's like weird at all.
Yeah, not at all.
No, the Alamo Theater does that, right? I can't. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kids have done a lot more weird things than eating pizza, watching television.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
It was, it's a kid version of like a drinking game. Like every time somebody drinks something, they drink in real life.
Right.
Like, dude, that's literally it's normal to do that. So yeah, I sucked. I didn't think about it. I'd have been eating pizza with the turtles too if I would have thought about it.
I would eat it real slow because we didn't get pizza that often. But here's a fun fact too. My sensei's husband, who is also actually a martial artist as well, he played one of the foot soldiers. He's the one that gets nailed by the tire. When really? Throws the tire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was tired.
Yeah.
Right.
As a kid growing up, I I'm talking a little kid, 10.
I'm sorry.
Trying to handle a real tire and then you realizing how heavy those tires are.
Yeah.
And so it really sold me that Ralph's strong. Ralph slung that tire at him. I mean, for real. It was probably, obviously it was a prop tire, foam tire, but still, I fell into the fiction on that. I remember.
I cut out the laughter. My question for you guys is: do you think Secret of the Ooze is a better movie than the first film?
Nope. No. I'm gonna go on and say nope on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Nope.
I enjoyed the second movie very much. I will often say that yes, I did enjoy it better than the first one, but I just don't feel like you can compare the two because the first one is the one that just, laid it all out and, set the foundation for the movies. I can't really decide. I love them both equally. I just don't like the third one. I know that. But I love Secret of the Ooze. Back then I thought it was funny and very entertaining. It was a good movie.
It was a very entertaining movie, actually. But I guess because I guess the question, because all right, I found more things wrong with Secret of the Ooze than I did the first movie. I think the first movie is actually a perfect film. Like from beginning to end, I think the first movie is a perfect movie.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel, But in the second one, I guess a Turtles movie itself, we're expecting Bebop and Rocksteady. Yeah. We didn't get Bebop and Rocksteady.
I remember seeing those first trailers and they would give you tidbits of the hands coming out when they were behind the bars and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I remember as a kid, that's Bebop, that's gotta be Rocksteady.
Yep.
I'll be him, and then we got I wasn't disappointed.
I think we were though. I think we were all a little disappointed.
I'm not even. Yeah, I definitely was.
I mean, I'm still Toka and Razar fans. I like how they, still incorporate them in the other stuff that they, but when I remember the toy for Toka was just a repainted big configuration of Slash, the Slash toy. I was like, oh, that's I mean.
I think if they had brought Bebop and Rocksteady into that second film, it would have made a big difference because that's what we wanted to really see. I mean, essentially, Toka and Razor just popped in because they couldn't get the rights to Bebop
Yeah.
and Rocksteady, right? So
Apparently, someone from the toy company claims they created Bebop and Rocksteady when they were doing the Mattel lineup. And then Kevin Eastman had apparently artwork that disproved that, but
yeah.
it's I've
But
seen
essentially, up until that point, we did not know who Toka and Razor were, right? We didn't. Who are these guys? So
yeah.
we needed Bebop and Rocksteady. I think that would have made a big difference. And I know I was disappointed because I was like, who are they? What you were talking about with the hands, I was excited, like, let's go. Even though I'm not a Rocksteady fan at all, I still wanted to see him.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing too, is like the cartoons always portrayed the mutants as being, well, Bebop and Rocksteady were hybrids. They're hybrid mutants. All right. But if you think about it, if you watch the cartoon, they had later mutants that were like the turtles. They were, pure blood mutants. I don't know. I don't know what they were what they
He
call
went
the
blade
mutant-
on us.
Well, no, I'm just saying that they're the mutanimals. If you think about
Yeah.
it, but Bebop and Rocksteady were always, it was the two henchmen that were made to be mutated with the rhino, and cause it's like they made a chimera out of them. They blended the two of them, I guess. So that's the thing. Token and Razar, I guess if you think about it, when they mutate them, they I never understood why they made them infants until I was older, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. They, they're not as intelligent as say Bebop and Rocksteady were, because they were already human. But and I found it to be a little kind of a downer that they were babies. I was like, it was like, I mean, it was cool. They were still ferocious, scary, and strong, but the baby talk was like, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that we're gonna have like really cool dialogue between the turtles. Like, oh, this is gonna be really cool banter. No, not at all.
Nope, the pre-fight donut. That's all we
Pre-fight
got.
donut.
That's all we got. But I mean, what? Come on, how do you like excuse Vanilla Ice? I mean, the truth that this is for me, right? Because the movie was campy. Let's get real for a second. The movie was campy, right? You know what I mean? Seriously, I mean, I don't know. You just kind of like throw the turtles into a whole nightclub when they're supposed to be basically hiding in the shadows and everything. Wow, they're in a whole nightclub.
A nightclub that, but keep in mind, was somehow attached to this abandoned warehouse by the docks.
Right next to it.
But was still over the water. There were layers to those sets that didn't make sense. And the blasting of Shredder with the full
with the freaking guitar.
Yeah, he did. That was. I didn't realize how silly it was until I got older.
Like, what are they doing?
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
and then you got Kevin Nash shows up as Super Shredder, right? Yeah. And then he just basically destroys himself. I'm like, what is the point of this dude turning into Super Shredder if the Turtles don't even fight him? They didn't fight him.
And then Leonardo walks up to him talking about some Shredder, you gotta listen to reason. What did you think was gonna happen?
Are you serious right now? It's like Vanilla Ice got more screen time than Super Shredder.
Right? Yeah.
Come on, I'm sorry. I got,
One part that cracked me up was it's not supposed to be funny, but it's hilarious. At the very beginning of the battle, that battle at the first beginning where they jump up in the air and they freeze, that's
in the mall.
At the very beginning,
yeah.
When Kino kicks everybody's ass, and then like they jump up at the same time, and then the title screen pulls up. I thought it was dope. But there's a part that Michelangelo hops up on the guy. He says, "You want a pickle?" I can't even say it. He says, "You want a pickle? I'll give you a pickle." And he's jumping up on top of the guy. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Combat cold cuts.
Combat cold cuts. Yeah.
I remember as a kid trying to imitate Donnie when he was the thing, when he was like the,
like
little, the inflatable bushy.
the clown
Yeah.
statue.
I was like, how did you do that? Yeah, but yeah. Oh, and of course, I remember that was the first time we also saw the Turtles. They did their combo moves. Remember when they did where they locked each other's arms and knees and made a turtle ball and rolled together? They did it in the nightclub. That was their combo move. I feel like they did didn't they do something else? Oh, they also did the where they took each other's hands and one would swing one around and he would kick, and then I think Raph and Michelangelo did that. They did some team up moves. That was kind of cool. I guess. True. Them hamming it up on stage was just too much. I mean,
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I know every word to that song. I do. Not gonna do it, but as a kid, I'm like, I have to know every lyric.
Lyrics.
The first time I heard the song in its entirety was because the only time I ever heard the song was in the movie, and they only give you a part of it. But the first time I heard it was like with the video that you made up, Exile, on your channel.
Only Retro Agency, yeah. I figured you're not the only person that said that. You're not the only person that said that. Somebody actually was like, "Yo, you starting to make me like this song."
It's not a bad song.
I know it's not. It gets bad rep because it's Vanilla Ice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'll admit the song was a lot of fun. I will admit that. But I mean, come on, yo. You gonna get tossed into a whole like nightclub, and all of a sudden the singer on the stage, he talking about some.
He's freestyling
lyrics to snapping the lyric, like, come on, really, bro?
Yeah.
And then he got then he had a whole verse, and then your boys had the choreography and everything. They was like,
yeah, they was ready.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, hold up, bro.
Like, hey, you know what, guys? You know that song we've been working on? I was like, this is the one.
This is not a drill, guys. This is not a drill. We're going full speed.
And I'm about to say it because I mean, hell, I got one too. But you're the guy with the ponytail, the nightclub guy with the ponytail. He's just like, who are these people? Give me the police. That sleazeball with the suit on. I'm like, oh. Yeah.
Man, you see them costumes? I love this place.
Yeah.
Okay, the black guy. I love this place.
Real quick, let's not pass over the fact that we kind of got Baxter Stockman. Kind of. Like when I watched, I mean, I know it's Professor Perry.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, but to me, every time I watch it, I'm like, no, that's Baxter Stockman. He is. And I was like, he hadn't been turned in. That's Baxter. I mean,
that actually makes the story more interesting.
Honestly, like, it makes me wonder if it was a copyright thing on that too. Like, no, you can't use Baxter. I mean, I know Baxter is in the comics. He was issue 2, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, because I mean, he was April's boss, right? April,
yeah,
because the 2002 version of the Turtles that came out, that's pretty accurate to the role that April played and the role that Baxter played. He was, in fact, her, employer, yeah. But yeah, no, and as far as, who that guy, which that guy's, what's his name? He passed away recently.
Yeah,
last year. Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
The only other thing I remember him from is he's Billy Zane's henchman in Titanic. That was his muscle man. Like, I believed it. He scared me. When he clubbed Leo and handcuffed him to, but still I was like, that's just stop it. So
and I know last time you guys said that Judith Hogg was you guys' April, and she's my April too. But I will say I love Paige Turco. I thought she was gorgeous. I mean, she was probably not the best April as far as personality is concerned and how she acted. But
is she the same? Is she the same April as in the third?
Yes.
As well. Okay.
Cut her hair.
They just cut her hair. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't like her in the third.
It's Star Trek time, guys. God.
Yeah, she was she's attractive, easy on the eyes, good to look at. She's pretty, but she wasn't April.
Yeah. Is there a reason why Hope didn't come back? Did they ever talk about that? Did they just not offer her the role again?
I'm not exactly sure.
like, cause, I remember when they had an anniversary a few years ago and she did a watch party where they watched the original film. She did it with someone. Was it Elias Cotes? She did it with someone. And they watched the original and I'm like, she shows up for those, not 2 and 3, April.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you think about like all the cons and stuff like that, like it's Judith. I'm sure the other chick does some too, but it's just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember she was in Halloween Town at one point. She was the mom. And so I was like, oh, there's my April. She showed up and she'll like show up in guest roles on like Law and Order and things like that. That's when I remember spotting her, but I don't think she ever did any kind of reoccurring role after that. Other than the Halloween Town movies.
Not all that glitters is gold. So the Ninja Turtles had some, the franchise had some hiccups. Okay. So I'm for stuff that people want to kind of forget. So I'm gonna ask it in one big question. Okay, so follow me here. Okay, so Kevin and Peter hold a contest, right? Where you can win $4 million. Okay, but here's the kicker: in order for you to win this money, you have to watch whatever you pick as the worst Turtles movie or cartoon out of the franchise. But in order for you to win it, you have to watch a 24-hour viewing of it. Now, here are the rules. You're in a plush theater. You have recliner seats, so you're comfortable, okay? You cannot use your phone, okay, as far as viewing. You have to sit down and watch the thing. Now, if you have to use your phone for emergencies, you can do that, okay? You get to choose your own snacks. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinners, and you get bathroom breaks. Every time you use your phone longer than 30 minutes, you lose like $50,000. So my question for you, out of the $4 million cash prize. So my question for you is, what are you choosing to watch? Now you got your choices, which I think are the worst.
You should have told me the rules. You should have told me the rules before you said. You should have asked us what we thought the worst turtle thing was.
Right.
And just all answer it.
Yeah, because now that could influence.
Now I'm gonna pick the best and be like, oh, that's what I hate. And I'm kidding.
So I can't stand that 2012 version.
You didn't tell us the rules, and I'm gonna probably start with saying, you know what? Just okay. Here's why I'll pick this too. This will make it easier. I'll watch the television show. I'm pretty sure I can watch that season of that turtle, that god awful Fox TV show.
The Next Mutation.
Yeah, because at least it'll be 24 hours of something new and fresh. I might be watching it on I might have to watch the season. I don't know how many seasons of that they made with Venus de Milo or whatever her name was.
Shinobi.
So yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. That's the one I'll pick because it is god awful, but at least it'll be something fresh and new that I can watch. At least in a loop rather than the same. Because I don't want to watch TMNT over and over again for 24 hours.
What about you, Queen?
The worst. So I have to be honest. I recently started watching The Next Mutation again with more of a open mind to it, and it's not awful. It's not good, but it's not awful. Like I'm thinking about like the story base with China and how Venus came to be. Like I'm trying to open my mind. I mean, the jokes are terrible, the acting is bad, but the premise, I can get it. So I think it's either that or it's Rise, which is another one that I haven't watched completely with an open mind, but I guess I would stick to The Next Mutation because I'm still trying to understand what happens with that show.
Yeah. Because I remember that first episode, the design of Shredder was horrible.
Yeah, Shredder is awful. Splinter, I mean, he's disgusting. And the thing that it blows my mind is Venus's character, what she is, the shinobi and the powers that she has and the training from her master. They could have done that in a so much better way. Like, I'm like, how is a ninja shinobi run around like this? I mean, it's not very athletic. It's not a good look, and I'm just trying to see the martial arts skills in that. But
Didn't they do a crossover for Power Rangers?
Yes, with Power Rangers.
Power
Yes, they
Rangers.
I haven't gotten there yet. Was that better?
There's a crossover. There's a thing.
Yeah. You have to see it for yourself.
Hey, how are you watching Next Mutation? Because now I kind of want to watch it.
I'm watching it on Amazon Prime right now. I'm like,
okay.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
in it. Yeah,
You kind of got me wanting to just go back and watch.
That's diehard dedication right there.
I remember when that show launched and aired. I remember getting off the school bus, being like, "Holy crap! Live action, Fox, television kids, whatever." I was there and I watched that first episode, and I don't know. It's
tough to watch. It is,
yes,
but
really
the
bad.
Structure, like, okay, the
That's
turtles themselves are the same type of design from the movies, except with the weird headband. So you could see where they were trying to bring that back to us in a show. The personalities of the turtles are similar. They're different voices, so it's off. But I mean, the personalities are on point of the turtles. They just blew it.
Yeah.
No, that was honestly, that was my choice too, bro. Was Next Mutation, hands down. It's like it didn't even take me 5 seconds to really. It's Next Mutation, bro. Like,
well, I feel like Next Mutation was the beginning of the end of when Turtles died out for a little bit. Before they had that like when I saw that, I was like, oh, and Power Rangers was kind of up on a rise. It was on a rise. You're like, oh, like it almost felt like like our run was over. I was afraid it would never come back.
They killed it. They literally killed themselves off.
Because I remember feeling how sad it was going to the toy aisle at Walmart or wherever and seeing less and less turtle toys. I remember seeing long aisles dedicated to it, and slowly over time you would see wrestling figures and other such, and the turtles just got smaller and smaller, and then they were gone.
No, I think the demise of the turtles happened when the turtles went to CBS and they changed the intro, and Michelangelo did a leapfrog over the Shredder's head, and they gave him a freaking grappling hook instead of nunchucks. That's when I said, okay, this show is going downhill.
Is that when they spliced it with bits from the first movie?
Like, I remember the intro.
Yeah, I remember one time.
Look, I'm gonna tell you that intro was something serious, baby. I was like, oh snap, because I saw it and they had little teenage mutants, ninjas, turtles. Yeah, I said, oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
What do you?
My bad.
No. I'm trying to figure out what y'all talking about.
Talking about the intro to the turtles, man. I'm sorry.
The original, it didn't used to always be Teenage Mutant Ninja. Like later on, I think when you're describing when the animation was darker, or at least like you could see all these darker like outlines around their eyes and stuff that made them look grittier. But they would splice like little clips of them fighting the Shredder on the rooftop with the actual like cartoon bits and stuff. And it was just to be like, hey, this is the same thing. But I mean, it had no, like, that was the only reference it made to the movie, was doing that. I don't know if they did that in like the last few seasons, but it's not very well remembered. But I do remember when they did that.
Oh no, man, dude, I remember because when they came out of the sewer and then they switched it over to like the movie come out of the sewer.
I did the intro.
Right.
Okay.
They mixed in live action with the cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of cool, but
I thought it was
because they used that first film. I mean, it was kind of cool. It was like, oh, it brought me back. But it went like the original show went into weird places even then. I mean, they always go to weird places. with the story. It wouldn't be Turtles if it didn't.
So,
True.
You don't have to like all of them, all their misadventures, but I love the off-world stuff they do, but I mean not everything they do.
So to taking away the question about the $4 million contest. So truthfully, so out of everything, I'm gonna name a few things. So out of our shows tour,
I was gonna
Teenage
say
Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Mhm.
I was gonna say the tour, the rock and roll tour was close
God, that
second.
was horrible. The Next Mutation, those god awful Michael Bay films, or Rise. You saying out of all of those, collectively, you think that the Next Mutation is the worst?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I mean, I think, yeah, yep.
I never got to see the tour, but I can from
YouTube it.
the way that they
YouTube
look, it freaks me out, dude. They look
Yeah.
creepy, and you can edit it. They look creepy as fuck, right? They're so weird looking. I don't see how any child could sit there and want to, watch that. So yeah, that would be, until I see it, it's Next Mutation for me. But that concert tour, yeah.
The concert tour, it's on YouTube in its entirety.
I don't know if I'm really motivated to
Right.
go watch
But
it.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Down for you. Let me just break a few things down for you. Splinter comes out and sings this lovely song about something about throwing stone on water. But the best is when Shredder comes out. Because Shredder, he comes out and raps.
He raps.
Yes, he raps how he hates music.
I told you.
It's the most oxymoronic thing, but he's coming out. He's like, I hate music. It really sucks.
I told you, Shredder. Yo, I told you.
It is so, like honestly, that is funny to watch. It really is. It's like it's not. Best times. Wasn't.
All right, like maybe like after I've had a few cocktails, I'll check it out, and
there you go.
It won't scare me and just be entertaining.
Like that's our Star Wars Christmas special. That's our Star Wars Christmas special. Is the Turtles on tour? Because that's it.
Oh man. Hey, I want to have 5 80s and 90s trivia questions for you guys. And I wanted to here's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna give a question to an individual. If you can't answer it, I'll pass it on to the other individual and see if they can answer it. Okay.
Word.
Are you ready? Trivia. Woo-hoo. All right. So for Queen G, you ready?
Automatic pass. I'm awful at trivia. No, go ahead.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you get it. All right, check this out. On the hit show Saved by the Bell.
Oh,
okay.
Real trivia. Okay.
So Screech is kidnapped because Bayside is running a no, sorry. On the hit show Saved by the Bell, Screech is kidnapped because Bayside stole Valley's mascot in the prank war. Okay. What was Valley's mascot?
Was it a bear? I'm gonna say bear, or should I just say pass? Do I get to call in a friend or something?
That would be nice if you call in a friend, but you can pass if you want.
Yeah, I'll pass. I'm not really sure.
Okay. Exile.
Tigers. Bayside Tigers.
No. What was Valley's mascot? Not Bayside.
Oh, what was the okay. What was Valley's mascot? I saw this episode, bro. I know I saw the episode. Not even joking with you. I want to say a pig. Was it a pig? They stole like an actual animal.
It was an actual animal, yes.
They stole an actual animal.
Right.
God, what was the animal? What, it wasn't a pig, bro? Pig. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't. Cowabunga Mike, do you happen to know the answer?
I don't know why my head is saying armadillo. Was it an armadillo?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
Well, Valley's mascot, it was a bulldog.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And their color scheme was red and white. And, I'm sorry, their color scheme was blue and white, whereas Bayside's was like maroon and gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that show. I do.
Love that show.
Love that show. That intro was everything.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely. Okay. So Exile, got one for you. In the 87 Turtle cartoon, right? There was a major mistake at each beginning title screen, right? Where Leonardo's mask was a different color. What was the color?
The title screen?
Yeah, each episode of the 87 cartoon. They showed Leonardo, and he was like this with both of his katanas, but he had on a different color mask. What was it? What color was it?
It can only be two colors because I know they didn't give him a yellow mask. I know it wasn't orange. It had to be either red or it had to be either purple. Because I remember in the beginning in the cartoon, they used to mix up those colors all the time. Like it was a common thing to see Donatello talking with Leonardo's voice.
Yeah, that
you know what I'm
happens a
saying? Something like that. So, man, noticing mistakes, bro. If I had to take a guess, Jesus Christ. If I had to guess, I would say Donatello. I'd say purple. I would say his mask was purple.
No, it was orange.
Hot grits in the summertime. See, I already knew what it was. I already knew this was reverse psychology. I already knew what you were doing.
You were right there.
Golly,
Right
man.
there.
You right.
Right
You
there.
right. See, I jacked it up. You right. Next time.
Next time.
We was just looking at somebody was passing that around on Twitter the other day too, and it just looks so wrong,
Yeah.
Essentially Michelangelo holding katanas. It was just like, how? But there was a lot of
Maybe they were foreshadowing.
Yo, wait a second. I know what you're talking about. You mean when he's like this, where the title is, and the title?
Yeah.
Yes.
Got you covered, bro. Now I know what picture you're talking about. I actually didn't know which one you're talking about. Sorry.
I think they call that a bumper, right? Like the start of it is the title screen. They call that a bumper. Is at the beginning and at the end.
Probably. Yeah, that sounds all right.
Cowabunga Mike, I gotta finish the lyrics one for you. Now, here's a fun fact about Cowabunga Mike. We used to work together, and he's a 90s R&B aficionado. Like, I was really surprised. I was like, whoa. So, all right, here we go. Finish the lyrics. You need to give it up. Had about enough. It's not hard to see.
Say it again, please, if you can. Oh, my bad. That's him. My bad.
The boy is mine.
Yes.
The boy is mine.
The boy is mine. Right. Right on.
The boy is mine.
He's like, that's easy.
I had to think about it for a minute.
My bad. I ain't mean to mess you up. My bad.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
You need to give. Can you believe that they were at one point thinking about redoing that song with Ariana Grande and somebody else? I was like, nah, man, don't even. No, why? No, nope.
They were fighting over who? Mackay Pfeiffer. They were fighting over Mackay Pfeiffer.
Mackay Pfeiffer. Yup, in the video, great video.
Didn't he also do something? I'm sorry, like you're opening up. Was he not in a True Hill video as well?
Mackay Pfeiffer.
Yeah. Was he not in one of those where he was just he was the man out of luck. He didn't get the girl. Drew Hill did, or Cisco, or who
Oh wait.
Was there not a video where he was like like I don't know. I can just see him having this bitter look on his face, like, damn, girl. I could be so wrong. I could be misplacing this.
I don't remember that. I do remember Michelle Thomas, the late Michelle Thomas, was in a Drew Hill video.
The Man in the Iron Mask thing. Yeah, yeah.
Dang.
Yo, I thought one of the coolest like cameos I had saw in a music video was LeVar Burton in Cameo's video Word Up.
That's right. He was in Word Up.
Yeah.
Your boy did them legs.
Yeah.
He did them legs. He was like, he did them legs. Yo. I was like, yo, it's my man from Star Trek.
Man. Man.
Oh my God, I forgot all about that. Oh my God.
I loved it. That was the best. And that was the best cameo for me. Cameo. That was
Cameo on
the
the
best
cameo.
one for me, baby. He had them legs, boy. I'm sorry.
So here's another question. I'm gonna give it to go back to Queen G. Queen. All right. So actor William Daniels played Mr. Feeney on Boy Meets World, but actor William Daniels did a voice of an iconic car. Name the car.
Oh. He did the voice of a car. I feel like his voice is so what's the word? Like it's him. Like he just has a well-known voice. But I don't know what car he did.
Like this is the 80s and 90s question. So it's an iconic car. And he did the voice of it.
Just having a brain fart. Once I'm stuffed, I'm done, dude. I'm done.
Okay.
Exile, help me out.
Exile, yeah.
It's Kit from Knight Rider. Mr.
Yes.
Feeney is Kit from Knight Rider.
Kit from Knight
I
Rider.
did not know he was Knight Rider.
Yeah.
That's
the voice.
Of course, I didn't watch a lot of Knight Rider though, but
oh, that was my jam, boy. That and MacGyver.
And Airwolf.
Boy.
Damn, and MacGyver.
Yes, that was my jam, boy.
Do you remember in the 90s when they had there were two shows that were trying to strike Knight Rider at gold?
God.
And it was, I'm gonna name two of them. One was Viper. Remember Viper?
Yes,
It was
I like Viper.
Yeah, they had Viper, and I'm pretty sure you can probably find it on some network, some streaming service. But do you also remember Thunder in Paradise with Hulk Hogan? Where he
Yes,
I remember Thunder in Paradise.
He
I
had
do.
the speedboat, and the boat didn't talk, but it was the coolest fucking boat. Sorry, sorry, but it was really good. I mean, it was like I remember I was like, like that boat was the closest thing to what the vehicles that I played with my action figures, like my turtles and stuff. Like there was so much space, so much room for activities in that boat. I remember. They could train, all kinds of stuff. But yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I thought you were going to say Knight Rider 3. It was a 3000 or 2000 where they had
I heard they did that, but did it even make it past the pilot?
No, they had seasons, or maybe 1 or 2 seasons, but it was terrible, man.
Oh.
It was bad.
It was really bad. Oh, all right, Gerald. This is the final question. This is the doozy, okay? All right, so this is right up your alley. In the film Pulp Fiction,
Ooh.
John Travolta played Vincent Vega. His brother, Vic Vega, was in another Tarantino film. What was the name of the film?
Jeez, man. Yeah. Oh, come on, dude.
You gotta Google all his movies.
Is it Reservoir Dogs?
Yes, it is Reservoir Dogs.
Which character?
It was Mr. It was played by Michael Manson. I think his name was Mr. Pink, but his real name is Vic Vega.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's John. Oh, I did not know that. I'm learning something new. It's cool.
Guess who told me that fact? Mike.
Please tell.
Do you remember when we used to work at Earth? Remember Connor?
Yeah, I remember Connor.
Yeah, he told me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
He met drawing a blank. John Jameson from Spider-Man. What's his name? No, guys, it's drawing a blank.
He's a comedian.
No, he won the Oscar for he played Commissioner Gordon in the latest Justice League movie. Why am I drawing a blank?
I'm drawing a blank too.
He won the Oscar for
I know you're
Whiplash.
talking about.
He dated a girl that was his uncle, and he described it as a very awkward Christmas gathering because, like, he was, there. But yeah, that's my story about a guy who knew a guy.
Dang, that's gonna mess with me all day.
No, hold on, I can find out who it is right now.
Pull it up.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Sims. Yes.
He also does the voice of the yellow peanut on the M&M's commercials.
Cool.
Oh, he
What?
does not.
Yeah, that's him.
What?
Yeah.
Forever and always.
Wow.
It's
Dude.
like the 90s when they stayed up for Santa.
Yeah, it's been him.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
That's the kind of like clumsier one, right?
Yeah. Santa.
Right. That's him.
Yes. Where can people reach you? Starting off with Exile.
I can be reached at Elite Retro Agency at gmail.com. You know, for I guess any I don't know. I guess for anything, any collaboration, any questions or anything like that. I mean, I mainly kind of operate out of ERA. So yeah.
Yes. And Queen G, how can people reach you?
I am the Queen G 22 across the board. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. The Queen G 22.
Cool. I like your hat too. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. So do I.
Oh gosh, I almost forgot to ask you, Queen G. You're on the West Coast. Is In-N-Out everything they say it is, or is it overhyped?
It's overhyped. Yeah.
That's what I hear. That's what I heard. I heard the same thing.
I don't even know why it's still busy though. I mean, it stays busy, cars all the way down. The only thing I think that really makes it somewhat unique is its secret menu, right? Not everyone is privy to that. I'm not, because I don't need to be. But yeah, it's just a burger and fries.
Okay. Because over here, I'm sorry, over here in the South, we got something called Cookout, and that's pretty popular. So I don't know if you ever heard of that or not, but
I haven't. Now I'm gonna be. Well, is that overhyped too, or is it legit?
Well, I would say this: they got like over what? They got over 50 flavors of milkshakes, and it's pretty incredible. And the food is pretty cheap. So if you're like out in the club or whatever, and they stay open late, if you want something to eat, you can get like a burger, nuggets, and fries for like what, $6 to $7. It's crazy.
Wow.
Nuggets and fries.
Right after the club let out. Okay, good to know.
Want some nuggets and fries?
Yeah.
Sorry. No, you want some good hamburgers? No, honestly, because if you never had Shake Shack before, like those hamburgers are absolutely pristine. Yes, ma'am. Shake Shack, best
Shack. Okay,
best burgers I had. The original Shake Shack. They had in New York City. I'm not sure if it was on Union Square Park. I'm not sure, but I know that the original Shake Shack is in like somewhere downtown New York. But it is good. Like that's the best burgers I've ever had. That's better than Five Guys. Freaking, I mean, I don't know who else, but hey, Shake Shack has the best burgers in my opinion.
What,
okay.
Even better than McDonald's? What?
Come on, dude. Really? You gonna get with that?
It cracks me up because people still go to McDonald's like they never been there before. It's like people will go there like, let me see what I want. I'm like, dude, the menu hasn't changed. And I used to work there. I'd be like, come on, man, make a decision, man. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. You didn't know what you wanted when you got here.
Like, there's a McChicken. We occasionally get a McRib. Keep it moving. But
I watched a McDonald's manager explain to a guy they haven't had bagels on the menu for like 3 years or so.
Oh, those bagels were good though.
I remember them, but she was explaining it, and he was like, "What do you think if I go to the one over here?" And she was just trying to explain it, like, no, we're all interconnected. Like, here's dirt.
They did just kind of sneakily get rid of stuff off the menu out of nowhere, just out the blue. Stuff just disappeared off the menu, man.
Yeah, that people like though. I think they like it. They're like, no.
It started when we had like COVID and the shutdown. I remember like
that's exactly
Taco Bell. So because everybody's cutting costs, but they were taking away like really, really good menu items and stuff.
The Mexican pizza just out of nowhere, like gone.
Is the Mexican pizza gone?
No. It was at
they
one
brought
point.
it back, didn't they?
That's right. It did go.
Brought it back. It was gone.
Nacho fries too.
Exactly, nacho fries. They should be on that. Those should be on the menu year round.
Oh,
like
yeah.
no matter what, period.
Yeah,
Nacho fries.
don't treat it like the McRib. Just keep it on there. Real.
Same. Agreed.
You
Shane,
remember
how
chili cheese burritos from Taco Bell?
That what? Say again.
They used to have chili cheese burritos from Taco
Yeah.
Bell that were
You don't-
great. And the only reason I know they existed is because they offered them at my school. They were pre-wrapped and they had the Taco Bell thing, and you would open it up, and what we would do is you would squeeze it and dip our fries in it and like eat it like that, and then buy, but it's not on their menu. And it's just not a thing.
Yeah.
But I know my school carried it in middle school, on their
That's
a la carte.
cool. Little Taco
Yeah.
Bell burritos.
We didn't have that luxury when I was in high school. We had
Nope.
had the square pizza. That's
The
about
square pizzas, baby. If you ain't had your ticket, you get the peanut butter
No,
jelly
don't get
sandwich.
me wrong. Don't get me wrong. No. I again, more memories. Okay, so my cafeteria was divided. If you went on the right-hand side, that's where you would get your square pizza and whatever was the high item for the day. You know how like Mondays would be spaghetti day, Tuesdays pizza, But if you went on the left-hand side and you had big money, you could get, personal pan Pizza Hut pizza, the Taco Bell, chili cheese burrito, things like that. I remember
Wow.
that. Even then, I'm like, wow, they really did separate the haves from have-nots.
That's cold-blooded too.
I just
Right?
didn't even realize it, And it's like I remember those special days where like, my mom would give me extra money, and I was like, oh, cool, I can go get me a
What
personal.
are the left side today?
On the left side today, yeah,
Ooh,
exactly.
I give me a fudge round today. I used to get happy when I get a
Right?
fudge round.
Right? There's soda over here. I don't drink the milk.
Sound
Okay.
a splurge, baby. I'm rich.
That is the absolute worst
Give
drink
me
to
that.
have with your lunch.
Oh, gotta
Milk.
give
I'm gonna
me
have
a
milk.
chocolate ice cream.
Oh yeah, giving us milk with everything in elementary school.
Dude, terrible.
Oh yeah, with everything.
And the white milk was the worst. I'm sorry. I can't fucking like. How can people reach you?
Oh no, you're fine.
So many tangents.
Yes, I love it.
I can be reached on Facebook still. Although I just toured. I'm a tourist on Facebook. I don't have any content out right now because I'm just too busy doing the father thing. I will say this: I am about to blow the dust off my cameras and start putting out some photography soon. So
Nice.
you can probably. I'm also on Instagram as Mr. Tea Time, or you can look me up through Shane Dempsey and Shane Dempsey on Facebook. But I'm on Instagram and Facebook. So
Excellent.
thank you.
Excellent. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for being on the show. And hope you have a beautiful rest of the day.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yes,
you.
thank you.